And we're live! Yes, you're quite right. There are some real classic stuff, the classical stuff like Ride of the Valkyries and stuff like that, that because they're over X amount of years old, they're not subject to copyright anymore. Apparently. What's up, friends? Magic, Mina, Grim's been hanging out there waiting for a while. Drax complaining that we're like 1 minute late. Hey, Drax, fuck you. No, kidding.
And Nutty complaining as well.
Yeah, Nutty always complains. It's you get used to that though. But 8 o'clock-ish is our start time because of things and stuff, mainly Rosa Ticket's fault. There's a work thing stuff. It's not really his fault. IRL. We all know IRL happens. We sort of work around it the best we can. So, Wednesday night is here again for some more Curse of Strahd. Episode 60 this evening. For 60 weeks we have been running the story. And our team, for the most part, is still alive. Sorry, Drax. But mostly still alive. But we are still here, still telling our story. And without any further ado, we shall get into tonight's episode of the Curse of Strahd. The mods doing the shout outs and the things, thank you very much. Make sure we shout out all the friendos in the chat as and when they arrived. But last we left off, you had convinced the rather burnt and cowardly Vilnius to join you in the search through the Amber Temple. Moving forward, you find yourselves in combat with a large amber golem who only seems to attack when it can see you, but managing to defeat it with another large blow from Zadriel's hammer. Seems that Vilnius, however, has vanished. May or may not have been something that Addok had said. Inquiries were made. But deciding to move on without him and to continue further into the temple, another secret door is discovered, and using Exthanta's name, it is unlocked and leads to a stairwell descending into the darkness below. You find yourselves into a semi-collapsed area of the temple and a small room. Standing around discussing what is possibly plaguing Addok, as he seems to be acting very strange indeed. Suddenly he lunges out at Zadriel, attempting to bite her hand. Sybil attempts to cast Lesser Restoration, which does not seem to have any effect. But Skathis, standing over in the corner by the open doorway, almost looking a little bit like a stunned mullet as he turns and looks back, and by this stage I think Karnos is the first to sort of notice that something was up. As Skathis moves slowly away from the doorway, it is revealed that you are not alone in this area, and several ghasts attack, and you are thrown into combat once again. A well-placed web spell slowed down the movement of these creatures, and back and forth fought. Eventually Zadriel's wings emerging, bringing her up to the same level as some of these creatures that managed to scale the ceiling. The webbing destroyed by fire, and the last creature dispatched by a heavy blow from Zadriel's hammer, sending bits of brain and blood all over the place. You move yourselves into this room where you find 3 amber tombs of sort housing humanoid individuals, and seems warmer than the remainder of the temple at this point. Decision is made to rest as some of you have been injured, some just needing to rest nonetheless. And this is where we rejoin our intrepid adventurers. Now you all move into the room, you're looking around, you're setting yourselves up, getting ready to organise watches and bed down for possibly an evening. You're not looking at Zadriel's shield, it's probably getting close. But I will turn over to the party now.
Hello!
Hello, Kanos, Hello. As I bring my wings back in, because I'm done. Is everyone okay? Do we need to rest for a little bit in this room before we... It looks like it might be a dead end or something.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. How are you feeling, Fibble?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
What about you, Addok?
Well, I'm really hungry, and everything tastes like dirt and dust. So you'll smell really kind of weird in a nice, like a good way, not a tasty way at all.
Scaphus, how are you feeling?
I feel fine.
All right, and Zadriel? Still good?
I'm still good. So far.
Karnos leans to Fibblestead, just tries to keep his voice down from the others and says,
Hey, Stib, do you think Addok's been bit by a vampire?
Do you think, well, vampire would want to eat him? Yeah, he's only little. Wouldn't have kind of a snack box, really.
Not eat him, but, is he turning?
No, he died, remember? He's got that stupid thing that keeps on, every time we die in this place, we come back with that weird gift.
Yeah, but he's been extremely strange.
Yeah, but he was pretty strange from the get-go, wasn't he? Yeah, come on. He's got a couple of screws loose. I'm insane, and, that says a lot.
All right.
In a way. But in a good way.
Sure. What's the plan?
You donk him on the head and we'll carry him around so he doesn't try to eat us while we're sleeping.
I meant in general. We were talking about maybe taking a small rest here, or are we going to carry on mapping the area?
Well, there's nothing really to map here, except if you these amber thingies, whatever the hell they are, kind of look a little bit freaky. I don't know why all those undead were around it. They're undead, aren't they? Yeah. The stinky thingies. Maybe he's becoming like one of them.
All right. So, Addok, what do you think of these yellow things?
Well, clearly I am thinking that they are yellow and they're a thing.
Addok, come here and I just want to hold your wrist for a second.
Why?
I know this move. It's called the Stranger.
Hey?
No?
Don't you offer candies if you're a stranger or something?
Apparently they got the best candy, but that's not actually. I just want to check to make sure you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm alive. Look, I'm quite physically harm and bleeding still, as you can see from my cheek
Yeah,
and
yeah,
my butt.
but Emilia did the same thing.
Well, you think he's a vampire?
I think he's undead.
Addok, just touch Kanos' sword and make sure you're okay. It only take a second.
A
Yeah.
luck has been given to Addok. I mean,
We have been through this, but I think while they're changing, it doesn't affect them the same way.
I just want to. If he's got a heartbeat, that means he's still alive, which means it's just one of these dark gifts. Which means we just need something a bit stronger than a depoisoner to whack this shit out of him. Or we need the ability to reincarnate him, so then we kill him and he get reincarnated.
A, what is a dark gift? 2, you can touch me. 3, don't kill me, please. Please, for the love of God, do not do that.
Dark gifts, like that lump of metal that I had, and Karnos's ability to suddenly turn into mist and disappear, and your claws. That was another one. Remember you had those claws? That was a dark gift, because every time someone died or was sitting at the riverside of the Styx, we come back with something a little bit weird.
I just thought that was like a growth hormone or something.
It's not like chicken.
Well, I don't know how I work. I mean, I don't know how Carnos could now do, DM stuff and like paladin. Look, this place is weird. So, this could be another goblin thing that I've repressed and is coming forward.
I don't think goblin. Well, yeah, they do like to eat people.
Addok, I think you're looking at it the wrong way. You're saying Carlos can do DM stuff, but I can't really. The DM is the lord of all power and goodness. I'm just doing minor things that he allows. And if you look on the other side of the coin, ever since I had this thing and I hold up the sun sword, which isn't a light at the moment, it's just a handle. Ever since I had this damn thing, it's only been bad luck. I've been unconscious 1, 2, 3, 4 times since it's been in my grasp, and I died once. Never happened when I had my axe, which I still have, by the way. It's on me pack.
I don't think it is the sword, but I don't know how I can argue with these. So I'm going to make a fire if it's okay. Wait, no, we can't
It's
because it'll
pretty
just smoke everything.
It's very warm in here, Zadriel. Do you really need more warmth?
Then I just go sit down somewhere. I'll go over here. Yeah, nope. Addok went there. I'll go over here.
Yeah, I was just moving so that Fibble can hold it. I'm just going to hold it at my wrist so Fibble can feel for a pulse.
I'm taking a medicine check, DM, to see if he's got a heartbeat.
I'm going to laugh if he gets a nat 1.
So would I, actually.
Is Addok, are you allowing?
Yeah.
You're allowing him to check to see if you've got a heartbeat?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
no need for a medicine check. Purple, you walk over to him and you stick your ear next to his chest. And you listen. And you can hear it's probably a little racier than what would normally be a regular heartbeat. So he's a little excited. He's been a lot going on, so it's a little fast, but you can definitely hear a heartbeat.
Fibbo, you smell like a newborn baby. You know that newborn baby smell?
I'm a lot older than a
Roll
newborn.
a wisdom save for me, Addok, please.
Yeah, I know, but you know how they're like juicy and tender?
No, they're not.
I got a 5.
So, instinctually, I'll leave it up to you how you react. to it. I mean, he definitely smells very, very good, very tasty.
Addok's gonna start salivating as he's looking at you, and then he's gonna bend down and go to just give your hand a bit of a lick as he's like holding onto it tightly. So just a little taste here. I'll show you. I'll prove it. Just let me give you just a little bit.
Addok, don't make me hurt you.
Carlos to Zadriel and Scaphus, right as this is happening, goes, "See, Emilia did that stuff," and I pull the sun sword up.
So,
Addok?
yeah, do you hold it at him in a menacing way, or just
Yep,
draw it?
I'm ready to head chop.
Okay, so you obviously, Addok, you see this. Karnos draws the sun sword. It ignites, and he points it at you in a way to suggest either back off or lose a hand or a head. That kind of gesture.
All right. I am terribly sorry. It's just you smell like a newborn. Look, you know what? It's fine. And here, if it makes,
And Addok's gonna reach out and grab not the sharp end of the sword, but the middle.
You're gonna grab the blade. Okay, so
Yeah. So gently.
Addok does so. He reaches out and grabs the blade of the sun sword, and it doesn't affect him in the way that you would expect.
Right, Addok, are you feeling like eating Mr. Stibb?
I mean, a little bit. I'm hungry, and you smell good. You all smell good. Zadriel smells like popcorn.
Zadriel, you're the leader. What is your command?
Scathos, knock him out, please.
No. Look, just tie me up. Put me outside. I'll go find that other fella. We won't miss him, and I can get my staff back.
I'm looking at Scathos.
Gathers, what is your intention?
Hit
Or-
here somewhere.
Or we tie him up. Before
Well,
Don't we have manacles?
somewhere. can't
I
remember
don't
where.
remember who took them last. The last time I remember, they were on Emilia and possibly in her pack. So
Ah, yes, in that case, I have them.
what is Scathus doing?
No, did we not? Hang on a minute. I feel like
I feel like Emilia's pack was destroyed.
it was as well.
Scathos, knock him out. We will tie him up. He'll come to. We'll figure out something then. But I'm not having him run away. So,
Checking inventory.
Okay, how do I do the knockout?
You just have to tell me that you're going to attack him with a non-lethal blow. That's pretty much how the knockout rule works. Is that you,
Alright.
Unless you roll a nat 20.
well, depending. I mean,
Up to you.
a couple of things are going to happen here. If you're intending just to render him unconscious with a single blow, that would require a natural 20.
Okay.
To me, if you that would thing, but you're essentially going to have to try and subdue him. You can attack him if you wish, or as a
And
monk, if you wish to flavor it to a degree as you want to maybe try and grapple him and render him unconscious with a choke, that is also possible. This will require strength versus strength and rolls like that. So it's going to be a skill-based thing.
Okay, so what I'd like to do first is a stunning strike.
You've got to
Then
hit him.
grapple.
You've got to hit him first for the stunning strike. Stunning strike costs you a key point
one.
based on a hit.
Yeah.
You have to hit him first.
Okay, do that.
So roll to hit. If you're looking at wanting to stunning strike him, make your attack. You have 2 attacks in the attack action.
Yeah.
So if you hit him twice, you can spend a key point on each one of those attacks to use stunning strike.
Okay, so
Make your first roll to hit.
which is 25.
That hits, I believe.
Yep. I'm assuming
So
this is
you
the bit of
spend the key point for stunning strike.
And a saving throw, con saving throw, DC 13.
So DC 13 con save.
I got a 12.
You are stunned.
I believe Addok will be in the middle of a conversation about, guys, look, we're all
Hold up, 1 minute. Where is Zadriel positioned in this particular fray? Because according to what I'm seeing, Zadriel puts
Well, I
Addok
won't
within her
move.
10 feet. So you
I
get a
won't.
+5 to that roll, which makes it a 17.
Yeah, I won't move. I'm right here.
Yep. So at the moment, that would be a success based on Zadriel's aura. Zadriel, you would be aware of this when this doesn't happen. So whether you choose to move at this point. So the first attack hits. Roll damage for me as well. It'd be non-lethal damage, but
Yep.
damage nonetheless. But the
I'll-
stunning strike does fail.
If it fails as he punches, I'll go to grapple. I'll just grapple. I'll go to hold him still.
Okay.
4.
So 4 points of bludgeoning damage, Addok. And then Zadriel, seeing that the stun didn't take, attempts to grapple you. So that'll be a strength versus strength. Or strength versus dex, whichever you think. How would you think Addok would react to this? Because at this point, you've just had Skathis walk up to you and attempt to throat punch you. He's hit you in the throat, it's taken your breath away, it hasn't stunned you. I would say you have a chance to react, but it'll be a disadvantage if Zadriel's trying to grab you as well, because you'll be focused on Skathis.
To be honest, I just think Zadriel would be able to grab me after just being punched in the face
Okay.
by...
So we'll make the strength check anyway.
15.
We know no contest, but the strength check, easily enough done with Addok's strength. He's not as strong as you are. You reach down from beside him and grab, sort of almost in a semi-bear hug, wrapping up his arms down to his side. So you are grappled at this point, Addok. How do you react now?
Zadriel, you are squeezing me a bit tight and I can't breathe.
It's
Fuck
because
you.
I love you so much that I don't want you to get hurt anymore. So someone get a rope, and I will loosen up just like a little.
Oh my god. Oh my. Well, you're like solid muscle under there. What? What?
I do a lot of sit-ups on watch.
I
Look,
grab
I-
my rope
I
and I
said that
hand
you-
it. Sorry, Carol.
There
What,
go.
you think she debrains people because she's weak?
No, but like, I didn't think it's just like a mountain of solid muscle. I mean, you're buffer than Karnos. Look at you.
I grab my hip and rope and I hand one end to Fibblestim and I say, Fibble, help me tie him up, please.
No worries. I'll start with his mouth.
So it won't take too much. You fashion and you use enough rope. You bind his ankles first because they're probably dangling below Zadriel's arms, which would allow Zadriel then to put him down and still holding him in a position where he's unable to escape. You bind his arms, and you let me know how you bind him in a specific, if it's going to be more specific than that.
Hog tie
You-
comes to mind.
You're going to hog tie him. So arms
Agree.
behind
I
his
see
back.
what Fibble's doing, I copy.
Yeah. So arms behind his back, his feet tied together and drawn up, and they are joined and bound as well. So his hands are also bound, somewhat to his feet. So he's lying on his side, but his arms are behind him. His feet are up. You're pretty much hooked. You can't really move.
Ooh, and then would do the evil tied down to the railroad tracks. So he's just like completely.
So you got to roll him up and rope. You got 50. I mean, you got probably enough
Oh,
rope.
Foot, and he's
50
only
feet.
3 foot
There,
high,
50
so
feet of
yeah,
rope. You can probably roll him up, and yeah. So you got a little Addok cocoon and rope. I mean, you really can't move.
But that'll keep
You got
nice
your head.
and
You got your head sticking out of this roll up of rope.
Now, Addok,
Do you think we should gag him?
No, he's not a prisoner. We just
But-
don't want
but-
him.
He can cast spells.
oh yeah.
He can't move his arms.
I don't
But
want.
what about verbal spells?
Look at him. He's so little and gray. And do we have restoration or anything? Did we try that for him, or a curse,
Yeah,
something?
well, I've already done the list of restoration. It didn't help.
I've got something for him. And I go over with one of my water skins and I start just pouring it over his mouth as he's lying there. Are you drinking, Addok?
I assume that it would just turn to dust if I would. Yeah.
The moment you try to drink anything, it literally turns to ash in your mouth.
Yeah. I'll just cough and sputter it out.
mean-
All right, listen, all of you. This is very demoralising for me right now. One, you escapists. You did not need to punch me in the throat, by the way. I offered myself to be roped. Why do I look like I'm a juicy pig about to be put on a spit? This is not good. Please have some dignity and let me go.
Who's going to light a fire for us? Anyone?
I can light a fire, but I don't think we should really roast him. He's
Why not?
what's he living?
Feeble Addok is our friend, so
He is, and
Yeah,
we're
what-
trying to stop him from killing our other friends.
we have to keep watch because he cannot defend himself in this room. So,
Yeah, we put him on the opposite side, so over here. Once Foundry actually says I can click, so we put him there, away from the door, and we'll keep him safe. But it's to protect you from us and us from you.
How long does your cannon stay out, Addok?
It only lasts an hour.
Okay, so it'd still be there for now.
as soon as we figure out how to make you feel better, we can take this off you.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a fair idea. Just get to it now, quickly. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get in your pack. Just a second, and I'll get in his pack, and I give him his bear, and I kind of prop it up next to him.
I would assume,
make it
I'm not going to make you guys this, but I would assume you would have removed his pack before roping him up. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you'd have
but
to untie him and then retie him back
Yeah, it's
up.
probably next to him. So
I'm just going to assume that. I mean, I could be a real bastard with DM and make you untie him and retie him back up and give him a
Yeah.
chance to escape. But no, we'll say the pack is removed.
Make the bear as a pillow. At least you have a nice, comfortable thing to put his head against.
Here's
And you can
Mr.
talk to it.
Sticks. Yeah, Mr. Sticks. So yeah, here you go.
Look, everyone. I'll have you know, yes, I'm a little strange right now, but I've always been strange. Fibble is right, but I can hold myself and have a bit of restraint. I can. I will just, if you untie me, I will stand in that corner and I will not move. Promise.
Yeah, nah.
But
Boat?
we went through all this rope to make you nice and safe.
Bibblestib, roll me anyone who has the innate ability to cast magical spells. So I would say that would include Zadriel and Karnos in this instance as well, and probably Skathis. Karnos and Skathis, however, Karnos specifically, probably at disadvantage because you're relatively new to the arcane world or the magical world. Skathis, again, your abilities are more not magical as opposed to just tied into your martial abilities. So yours will be at
Actually,
disadvantage
no,
as well.
My race has charm person and enthrall.
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's
Just saying.
that's a racial thing. That's an innate ability to know that particular magic. This is not an understanding of the magics on a deeper level.
Yep.
So Zadriel and Fibblestib straight rolls. I think Fibble, yours. This is going to be an Arcana check. So I think
Arcana?
yours has an advantage
I
anyway.
I did an Arcana.
Yep.
Well, I'll take that anyway because it's 24.
Yeah. So Zadriel. So everyone make an Arcana check. Skathis and Karnos at disadvantage.
13 for Carlos.
13 for Karnos.
7 for me,
7
and
as well.
it was a nat 20 on the first roll.
And Zadriel.
What a waste.
7 also.
7. That's a straight roll. You're not proficient in Arcana?
I just got a 0. It's just a bad dice, I think.
wow.
It's a bad.
I am. Okay, so Bibble, obviously, being the most intuitive when it comes to the arcane, with a roll of, 23, 24?
Yeah.
As everyone's talking backwards and forwards, you know the Lesser Restoration spell didn't work. It should have done something at least, but it didn't seem to have any effect. You start racking your brain, going over the different spells that could potentially have an effect on other magics, other things that are happening. I mean, these dark gifts, as you have started to call them, is some of them appear magical, some of them appear differently. You think, remove curse, possible. Dispel magic, maybe. Definitely restoration of a higher level, 100%. You know that. You've been pretty much told that by Casimir, that a greater restoration would definitely work in these. Whether you have those spells or you know any of your group has those particular spells, you know that those are the spells that you're looking at in this particular situation, which could have some effect in dealing with these issues.
Yeah, so, I don't think we've got the capability of healing quite yet. But a frontal lobotomy might do it.
How luck for Skathis.
Or was it a
What's
bottle
a
in front of me?
lobotomy? What's a bottle in front? Do you have to what?
Well, what you do is you get these two hooks, right? And you stick one up.
Skaters, knock out Fibblestube.
Why are you going to knock me out? I'm just saying. You asked what a frontal lobotomy is. You stick these two hooks up the nose, and you jiggle them around a little bit, and then you just pull them out again.
Please don't let him go near me.
No, I wasn't going to do it to you. I was just having, just saying.
We are here to find Casimir, and we are here to find anything to get to Strahd. Okay?
But by the way, just going to say it. What the hell are these amber thingies?
Maybe we can eat him.
Let's go look at them.
Do you want to try to eat the amber thingy?
Yes, I will.
Why? It's stone.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
So
Maybe I can eat stone now.
good. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. Well, we can always try. Do you want me to shove your face into the stone and see if you can eat it?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Look.
How about you just pick up a rock or gravel from the ground, give it to him.
What if it's got to be amber, not rock?
What if it's got to be the same color as you?
Well, I'll try that too. Look, anything, as long as I just don't want to eat you lot anymore.
But we're not the same color as you.
Karnos just strolls over with a knife in his hand, cuts a slice in his arm, not where the veins would be, and dribbles it into Addok's mouth.
Just the blood?
Just the blood.
It's tasty. But it's not sustaining. It's not the blood that you're craving. Specifically. It doesn't turn to ash in your mouth like the other food and drink. But it's still not enough.
How did that taste, Addok?
Oh, terrible. Absolutely shit house. That was disgusting.
Was that just like ashes as well?
Yeah, completely. Yep.
So he's not a vampire. Maybe he's a ghoul.
I don't know if he's been utterly honest with us, Mr. Stib.
What? Really? Addok doesn't lie to us. Ever.
Addok, we're going to sleep here. Is that what we agreed on? We're going to rest. It was getting late. Look at your shields, Adriel. It was getting late, wasn't it?
It's probably
Shit,
now
shit.
just right before. Probably looking at your shield roughly, you can sort of gauge it's probably just about dusk.
I show my shield to the group.
DM question: is that door closable?
It is closed. You have closed it.
Okay, cool. So I would go up to the door and do the old ritual cast of
10 minutes.
alarm, and I would set it for nobody.
Even you would set it
No.
off?
Yeah, everyone
Okay.
would set it off. Everything would
So
set it off.
Fibble takes the 10 minutes, sits in front of the door and runs through his ritual of casting the alarm spell. In the meantime, during that 10 minutes, was anyone inspecting any of the 3 slabs of amber?
Skathos and I.
Which one specifically? Ping on the map which one you would be looking at. So Zadriel is the eastern and Skathos the northern. So, first things first, we'll go with Skathos. So Skathos, you walk over to the northern slab of amber. As you walk around it and have a look at it, you can see that it houses a humanoid figure. Can't make out what race or whether it's living or dead, but you can just see the shadow of the human figure encased inside this tomb of amber. Roll an investigation check if you specifically. Actually, no, don't. Do you touch it?
No.
You don't touch it at all?
I look over to Zadriel. Zadriel, do you see anything in yours?
I'm imagining I see the same kind of thing.
See much the same thing. It's really difficult to tell what or who is inside it, but there is definitely a body encased inside the amber.
It's like sarcophagi or a tomb or something. What do you see?
Looks like something in there. I can't quite make it out. Maybe humanoid or something.
It is not cracked open or anything like that. Is yours?
No, it seems solid. What's the other one look like? Well, that is the third one. We can always have a look at it.
So do you both move to the southern one and inspect that as well? Much the same thing. Pretty much they're not all identical. They're all they're not square shaped or rectangular shaped. They are of a regular shape and size. But all 3 seem to have inside a body encased inside the amber.
Didn't we get told not to touch the sarcophagi or don't trust them or something like that?
Roll a history check, Skathos.
And I will say Xantha while he does that, see if anything happens.
That would be 15.
15. You seem to remember Exathantha did mention something about them. You're not entirely sure exactly what he said, but you seem to remember that it was a warning of sorts. Zadriel, as you stand back looking at one of these tombs and you speak the word Xantha and nothing happens.
There's no doors or anything, I don't think so. I'm worried these things are going to pop out at night, though.
As long as we have someone at watch, we should be fine. I'd like to sit here with Addok and just keep an eye on them. I'll take first watch if everyone wants to sleep. I know it's early, but...
I'd like to move Addok away from those amber things.
To be safer, you think?
I cannot move right now.
You can wriggle.
No,
I literally... He's beside both of them, and someone's going to be up making sure that, we don't get attacked anyway, so they can keep an eye on Addok and occasionally have a chat to him.
Why would we have a chat to him?
I like talking
Because
to him.
he's
a
still
fun man to
alive,
talk
and
to.
you should be polite to your friends, Skathos. Like we're polite to you all the time. Well,
All right then.
most of the time.
Just someone remind me when Skathos is going through an existential crisis to punch him in the throat, yeah? That's apparently
I'll
what he
do
does
that.
to friends.
first, if you can reach his throat, I'll just go for his sack and go get it over and done with.
If it is a dark gift that I've got, Scafist, I really hope you don't have what I've got. I hope it's not contagious.
I didn't think of that. No, that's never happened before. It's not. Well, again.
All right. I'm feeling guilty. All in favour of untying Addok, raise your hand. And I raise my hand.
I would try to raise my hand.
Why are we raising Addok's hand?
I just think we've been a bit rash and tied him up a bit quick.
If you want to untie him on your watch so he can help you, go ahead. But you are responsible for what happens.
Yeah.
So that means Karnos takes the last watch.
Last watch? Okay. All right, fair enough.
Also, Addok, we were going to talk about my father sometime. When I go and sit down to sleep.
Who's taking the first watch?
I'll take first watch, and I'll have a conversation with Addok.
Worries.
I'll
Who's
take
taking
second. I'll
Gaethus
take
on
second.
second.
I'll go with Skaethus on the second.
Okay. Karnos for third. Awesome. So, as you guys find a space in this room to bed down, Sybil, you position yourself ready to remain awake. You watch your companions as they sleep and have a conversation with Addok.
Now, Addok, is it all flesh or is it just, our flesh? Like, do you think it's you need to be friends with them to want to eat them, or?
I really don't know. I don't know if I even want flesh. All I know is that you smell like a newborn, juicy child. Zadriel smells like popcorn. Scafus smells like honey glazed turkey. And Karnos is like burnt whiskey, bacon.
I would say more of a Jack Daniels type steak, but yeah, I'll get what you're getting at. Yeah.
I don't know if
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why she tastes, because it's like flowers and sunshine and a DM, and it's, I don't know. I cannot explain it. Tell you what you could do, though. We could test it out. You could let me bite your finger off.
How about I let you bite Skaeth's fingers off instead?
Done. I'll take it.
I'm not going to let you bite his fingers off. That's why we tied you up, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can. Maybe he's like a lizard and it can grow back.
Maybe. No, he's a thiefling. Although, rapid regeneration.
Yeah. Go on.
That would be handy.
Yeah. So, in the name of science, we're both science people, just, let me have a little nibble.
What, you sure you want his finger? Because, he sticks that in some strange places.
That is a very fair point. All right, I will take part of his leg.
Well, he's kicked some stuff with that too, but what about his tail? That's although Emily had a way with that.
That's very bad.
I don't think you really want to have any. You could have his cheek, because the cheeks are meant to be the tenderest, and it's not like he talks that often or smiles too much. So
I've got it. What, we just take his tongue.
His tongue?
Yeah, he doesn't
Really?
talk. you don't need it. He doesn't talk. When he does, he just says something rude. So, it's like me, but worse.
Wow. No.
No?
No.
Well, at least I'm helpful sometimes.
Yeah, but no. I think we should really be focusing more of a way to like cure you, because you don't have to want to kill another friend. Because then you would have to haunt us, and that was just tiresome. Living with the guilt of killing someone, and then they had the gall to come and say hello, and not even give us any good information. Like the ins and outs of the. Although he was immortal, kind of, but that's not true, is it? She died.
Fibble, I hate to say this, but I think Emily was a little bit delusional. You know how we've got screws loose?
Yeah, she had definitely a couple of panels missing.
Yeah, panels and like beams of support missing, and there's like no roof attached. Like, it's all gone.
Yeah. But she was fun to have around. Especially
That's
when
true.
she started making those seats and stuff out of rock. Cool ability, that. Well, she might have had actually a spell to cure you. Damn it.
You know what?
Maybe we shouldn't have killed her.
Yeah, kind of regretting this right now.
Oh, in hindsight. Although, like, she did kind of attack us. So. Crap. Maybe if I had made that potion a bit earlier. So what do you think? Do you think we could actually change Karnos into an Iron Man?
Well, I think that his state of consciousness is going to go away, to be completely honest, because, I mean, I don't know how to make a automaton sort of creation. I was just going to put his soul in a gem and then use that as the power core to fuel the rest of the machinery parts.
Well, yeah, that could work too. And at the same time, it's not like there'll be much gone if he didn't completely transfer across. He's kind of a blunt instrument. Though he does make a nice beer. That'd be a shame to miss. He tells some interesting stories, especially the ones that go around and around on themselves.
Yeah, that gives me another thought. You reckon if we did put his soul in a gem, I could potentially just eat his brain?
Potentially, you could eat an entire body because his soul's in the gem.
Yeah, but he's not going to miss his brain. I mean, I could do it right now because, as you said, blunt obstacle or object.
He kind of still needs his brain, even though, he's not completely brainless. Like, he does come up with some good ideas.
I will have to say that he's very well versed at adventuring and keeping people alive and all that sort of matter.
And he'd be a good bard.
A good bard, you reckon?
Well, he tells a good story. Isn't that what bards do?
Just give him my flute.
No. Your flute needs to be fixed anyway.
No, well, let's see him have a go. Oh, tell you what about the pipes that we've got?
I think he would actually be more suited for a harp. Those little ones?
Yeah, I was thinking like a drum maybe.
Or a lute.
A lute, I could see that. Or, a triangle.
Yes, a triangle, because it's only got 3 sides and you can't fucking miss.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like he'd find a way, but you never know.
What about a tambourine?
No, it's too much rhythm.
Really?
Yeah, well, he struggles to walk straight. How's he going to keep a rhythm?
Yeah, that's because of his hips, though. Yeah, that's another way that we could fix him. We could just break his hips and retraction him.
That's true. Well, I just wanted to like re-support his hips with metal plates bolted on the inside.
Yeah, we could do that too. Or like we could inject metal straight into his bones. That would toughen him up as well.
Yeah, he could become like a wolf, you know, with like because they've got sharp claws that come out, and we inject it over his skeletal body. It's like
So
a
what
wolf
if-
man, like a
so-
wool, you know.
Claws that come out of his arms.
Yeah, no, like you can see a space through the knuckles. They could just like come out through there.
It wouldn't be very long. But
Oh.
it's only a couple of inches.
Oh, hey, it's not the size, yeah.
You
That's how
keep
you
on
use it.
telling yourself that. Well, I think we've had a good enough conversation. I think it's time for us to go to bed. So
People
I'm
not
going to
gonna be able
go.
to sleep.
Before that happens, however, during the course of your watch, you don't hear or see anything. This room is quiet. You get the sounds of the temple surrounding you both. I need you both to make a wisdom save for me, please. Looking at a DC 20.
That'd be, well, since we're still within range of Zadriel, that would
Zadriel's
be
asleep, so you won't get
Oh,
the
so
plus
it'd still
5.
be 6.
For 17.
The 17 for Addok? You both fail anyway. I need you both to roll a d3 for me. So you know how that works. Roll a d4. 3 or a 4 equals a 3. I'll start with Fibblestep. Roll d3.
No worries. I'll just load my dice roller that actually has a D3.
Oh, there you go. What'd you get? A 1. So, Fibblestep, as you're talking back and forth with Addok, every now and again, just in the back of your mind, you get flashes, images, almost like a memory of a large spider. Not like the spiders you've fought here in Barovia. It's bigger. When I say bigger, its legs are larger and hairier. It's got a massive, massive body. The only thing that seems different about this spider that has only 9 eyes centered on its top of its head. It's just 9 almost human-looking eyes. Very different. You then, so that you get those flashes every now and again, and after a while, you hear a voice. Accept.
Did you hear that?
Walking on walls and ceiling. Should make combat easy.
I can drink a potion and do that. Why would I want to do it all the time?
Why would you not?
Because I can drink a potion and do that.
Why would you not want it permanently?
So I'd be a freak. Although, to be honest, I wouldn't be that much of a freak. Wait, where the hell is my freaking thing out? Load. There we go.
Accept my gift. Yeah.
Oh.
You accept or do you not?
But wait a minute, I can walk on walls at any time. What's the downside?
Nothing back, that's all.
Then no, I don't know what the downside is. And there's always a downside. Just look at Addok.
While this is going on, you don't hear any of that conversation, Addok. People almost sort of blanks out for just a few seconds, then goes back to your conversation. Like you were staring off in space for a moment, and then comes back. Addok, roll a d3.
I got a 2.
Got a 2. you get a flash of sharpened teeth and claws. Again, almost like a memory, almost going back to your when you had your claws. You were stronger, you did extra damage, it made you feel awesome, made you feel courageous in such a way. And then you hear a voice also. How would you like power to live longer? With many lifetimes, more than your.
Who's this?
Yes or no?
Well,
Live or not?
Hang on. First of all, can we negotiate a little bit? Because I really want to taste the flesh, and I want that gone. So if I do say yes, can you remove this as well?
Lives times 3. Yeah.
All right, Yoda. I mean, living is cool and all, but am I trapped here? Like, what's? Because then I can't be. Like, I want to say yes. It's just give me a bit more of a reason to say yes for.
It's not dying enough.
Yeah, but like, okay, let's put this in a metaphorical situation. So let's our hypotheses. So let's say that I've got these 3 lives where I can live for whatever, but I'm trapped here. Technically, like Strahd, doesn't matter how many times I died, I'm technically still dead. So therefore, like, you know, what's life worth living if you're just stuck where you are? Look, I want to say yes. Very appealing. Would love it.
Well, then say
Can
yes.
I leave? Yeah, but can I leave?
Of course.
I can leave, like, this realms.
3. So no.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Sounds good.
Accept the gift or not.
I mean, like, you can get rid of this hunger, yeah.
No, he's not saying anything else.
Oh.
Just do you accept the gift or not?
Okay, I'll get back to you on that one.
Nothing further. Same thing, Fibble. You watch Addok, he's talking and then sort of phases out for a moment and then gets back to the conversation. You probably don't really notice it too much between the two of you, but your watch comes to an end nonetheless.
This has been very enlightening, Addok. This is why I like talking to you.
Yeah.
You're intelligent enough.
Yeah. Hey, Fibble, quick question.
Yeah?
If you had 3 extra lives, does that really mean that you've got more power or less power?
Less.
Less power?
Yeah.
You can live 3 extra times more.
Why only live 3 extra times?
I don't know, just hypothetically speaking. No reason.
Look, I've actually been working on this, okay? I was talking to this sorcerer one time, and he was talking about this spell called Clone. Now, I was thinking about it, right? And if you could do that, you could actually insert yourself into multiple bodies, and then you could live for an eternity, but it'd always be you.
That is great, because that means you can do more things, get more knowledge, have more power.
Well, technically, actually, when you think about it, you could actually set yourself up somewhere and then send your clones out to do stuff. And then they could come back and you just download their information and then you imagine that. And then when that body starts getting too old, you clone yourself again and then you go good.
You're a genius. I didn't think of that. I wasn't really clear, but I'm clear now. Thanks. It's just, you know.
Yeah, it's just I don't know the clone's pal. I'll get there one day.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. Although we could do that. Wouldn't that be great? You know, you could all just walk around and not have to worry about death.
That's a very valid point.
So yeah, 3 times, no, but infinite times, yeah. Or you could even become a lich, and then you just don't have to fucking worry about it ever. As long as your thingo that your circumference is kept safe.
And so at this point, we're going to take 5 minutes, and we'll come back to the second watch, which I believe is Skathis and Zadriel, I think, is second watch. So we're going to be back in a couple of minutes, guys.
My circumference.
Be right back.
That's actually what's causing it to bug up.
I was
Man,
seriously
Mick.
considering taking that gift though. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
man, I can
waiting
see
for
it.
Addok. I was waiting for
Yeah.
Addok to take it.
I think I would have. If it was me, I probably would have just gone, oh, that sounds cool, yep.
In a
Well,
way,
this
it
is the thing. We
actually
still
a
have
pretty
to.
good gift.
Yeah, we do have to be aware of mitigating a little bit. But you guys have been warned
Mm.
about the dark gifts, so you are
Oh, yeah.
aware that offerings will be made, and because of your own experience, especially Fibblester, with what he's told you guys, and with what Casimir said as well. I mean, you have been warned that with these gifts always generally comes negative consequences.
What's that
So-
thing?
Yeah.
Like if it, like Fibble's also the one that's worked out about the
Exactly,
dark gifts.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
expected
like,
Fibble
okay,
to say hell no straight off the bat.
yeah, well,
so-
and that's the other thing. Like when it said, "Oh, walk on walls," it's like, wait a minute, I can just drink a potion and do the exact same thing. So,
Yeah.
how's that a gift? Now, if you said I could make all my friends walk on the walls, it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Well, the thing, I mean,
Well,
at the end of the day, I mean, the dark gifts are the dark gifts, and whether you accept them or not is solely up to you as a character, based on what you think your character would do.
I really do want to accept one though. I just feel like it's something Addok would do. I'm just just waiting for. I'm really
The right
hoping that there's
one.
another offer. Yeah. Like,
Hey,
yep.
well, you never know. You may or may not have more opportunities.
Problem is, I feel like it would be like a genie. Because if I was DMing it, that's how I would play it. I'd be like, yeah, you get 3 lives, and then you get in game. The first thing that come out with war and squash you first, and then the second thing come out, squash you second. You'd be like, okay, this is not how.
Yeah,
But that's just
well,
me
it's-
as a DM.
I mean, there
At-
are
at the same
particulars to
time-
these dark gifts, but yeah, I mean, I'd almost play it the same way. I would then put the character in a situation where they would almost die straight away.
See, I'm different that way. I would make it more twisted, in the fact that yes, you get 3 lives, but it didn't say you're going to get them, within a
there's a
day of
twist.
each other.
Like, there's definitely a twist to
Yeah,
that
yeah.
gift, and I'm not giving it away, but yeah,
Yeah,
it was
you know,
definitely a twist.
There's 500 years difference in between each
Oh, that would be funny as.
re-life. It's like,
Yeah,
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
say when you come back.
yeah, it's just
That's-
like,
that's
yeah, you
exciting.
come back, but like 500 years from now.
Addok, you don't play
2000
in this
years from now.
campaign. The next campaign that's in a different century, you'll be like, hey, where did I disappear from?
Where's all my friends? Why all of these bones around me? That's
Oh.
Zadriel's shield.
Oh, I have to start Curse of Strahd again.
Gotta find a new group? What the hell?
I just really wanted a bit more solidified context to be like, okay, cool. It sounded pretty. I was like, yeah, but. Well, I was like, yeah. Again, there's a backlash. I was like, okay, what is it possibly?
If I could drop this dark gift.
Well, see,
Yeah,
that's the
if-
other thing. Addok
Yeah.
being a person that is a merchant would be going, okay, that you're saying I only get 3 lives. What's the catch? Because I'm going to sell you this pretty stone, but it's
Potentially,
actually
it depends.
glass.
It comes down to a couple of things. A, what you know, your intelligence and your wisdom. Addok's intelligence isn't overly high, but he is relatively wise. He's kind of wise-ish. Or he's intelligent but not wise. It's the other way around, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So he might be intelligent, but
intellect-
he's not exactly the wisest of creatures.
So I can intellectually understand that 3 lives might be good, but doesn't have the wisdom to know, that I don't know. It fucks with my head sometimes.
But we are back. Everyone is ready. Zadriel, are you ready? We're cool. So, Fiddlestib and Addok, your watch comes to a close. You finish your conversation and you wake Skathis and Zadriel for their watch.
I would wake up Z first, and then Zadriel can wake up Skathis.
All right, I will wake up and I will go and tickle Skathis' ear.
Yeah.
Your
Oh, wow.
watch.
Okay.
Your watch. And I'm going to sit next to Addok. You should be sleeping.
Well, I am currently
Got
tied
really bad
up.
gas.
It's got a really loud mosquito in here.
You
Maybe
know, for
fell out
someone
and
that
dragged it
doesn't
around.
eat, you are very gassy right now.
It's all that dust in here. I gotta say, I cannot sleep. I'm currently hog-tied. And I've got a little tea bear, and I'm pretty hungry.
I mean, we could give you a ration. Maybe it'll just sustain you anyway.
I can't eat it. It's terrible. You'd have to, force it down my throat.
Still, you know, Moriel.
So what?
Moriel,
Yeah.
my father, Feeble and I actually left to go look for him. Now he has
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So you want me to tell you how I know him?
Oh, where you saw him?
Oh yeah, he just walked in my shop one day. So after a couple of weird things about, I don't know, like, I guess, you know, how to locate someone or something, like some magical artifacts. I don't know, I just tried to sell him something, but he saw through my bullshit, really.
Yeah.
He said he was on a journey and that he's lost someone. I'm not quite sure. It's kind of a bit weird. You know, your father's like smoking a little bit. It's like he's on fire underneath his clothing.
You have the hearts of my father?
No, it just smelled like something was burning. Like, you know, when you burn air, it's what it smelled like. Stank my shop out for weeks.
Was he all alone?
I mean, from what I can tell, yeah.
Scathus,
Yeah.
you need to wake up.
Okay. I'll stand and just walk around.
How come you don't talk? Come on.
I don't like talking.
Why?
I already told you this. I get in trouble.
It seems like you get in trouble when you don't talk.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, if you talked more, the Emilia incident with the tail would never have happened.
Do we not talk about that?
See, not talking about it is the problem.
I just want to forget that. Really want to forget that.
Should we untie Addok or not?
I thought Carlos was going to do that on his watch.
You remember when Emilia got hit with a hammer and you all took all my clothes and tied me up and drug me back to the inn? No one
Yes.
felt sorry for Zadriel.
Fine, if you want to untie him, you can.
I'm just saying it's a little
But just reiterating your words to Carlos. If he does something that's not appropriate or anything like that, it's your fault.
Addok, are you gonna stay?
What? Oh,
Are you gonna stay if I untie you?
I can't really well leave, can I? Look, I'm not going to eat anyone. It's just you all smell really good. And sometimes I just want to take a bit of a nibble. Because I'm hungry. So I want to eat you. It's just that I can't help it. At the moment.
Just gonna make it. All right, I'm gonna untie him.
You gonna untie him?
I'm just going to stand there and shake my head.
You untie him. Addok, it takes a little while to untie. He's been wrapped up and hog-tied. It does take a little bit of time, but eventually you're released of your bonds. They were fairly tight. You probably got a few minor rope burns around your wrists and ankles.
All right, well, thank you very much. I am going to take Mr. Sticks. I'm going to read that book of understanding. And I'm going to sit down over in the corner. Away. Be a distraction. Yeah? Is that all right?
Okay. Then I'm just gonna stand and watch him with my hammer.
Moves over and sits down, brings his knees up to his chest, bonks the book, opens it up on his knees, and just quietly starts reading. How long are you going to read before you get any sleep?
As long as I can until I fall asleep.
Okay. Duly noted. So we'll say mark off 3 hours. Book. Eventually, Zadriel, you do. I mean, after a time, you eventually watch his head tilt and then hit the book and start snoring. Still sitting, book open, facing the book, but he's out like a light. But through the course of your watch, you'll watch him. He doesn't do anything. He just keeps reading and passes out. What else are you wishing to do during the course of your watch?
I keep attempting to get Skathis involved in conversation, but I feel like that's going to not happen. So I just eventually just sit still. And that is me.
Both to make a wisdom save, please. I would say, Skathis, you would be within 10 feet of Zadriel, so I'll give you the +5 if you're engaged in conversation. Zadriel?
Well, that ain't gonna help anyway.
12.
Skathis.
Well, with the +5, that'd be 9, but 4.
4. Well, a 9. Either way, they're still both fair. So I need you both to roll a d3. Go Zadriel first.
A 4 is a 3, yeah?
The 4 is a 3, yeah.
Yeah.
So Zadriel, during the quieter times, in between trying to engage Skathis in conversation, which doesn't seem to be working, you get yes or no answers. He nods a lot, shrugs his shoulders. It's probably getting a little more than annoying at this point. Yet, images flashing in your mind of a crown, not unlike a king or a queen would wear. You see flashes of a well-dressed nobleman standing, talking, waving his hands. Then you hear a voice. The ability to speak proper. The ability and respect and power. Also the deny access. Oh.
Will
Accept.
it help me kill Strahd?
Stop hearing.
Yes.
Accept.
How long do I have to think? Do I have like a couple of minutes?
You don't know.
Can we get to... Oh.
You have no idea. This just comes into your mind, and it feels pressing and urgent almost.
I feel like I want something more than that to kill Strahd, than my own words, so I will say no.
Say no. Problem. Use. Voice and images leave your mind, echoing slightly, maybe sitting on the back of your mind just a little bit. Skathis, D3, please.
I got a 4, so 3.
That'll be a 3 as well. You get the same flashes of the crown, the nobleman speaking to the public. Your message is slightly different, however. Silence golden.
Yes. Sorry.
Wish to speak more freely and with power.
No.
I'm in your time.
Who will?
accept?
No.
Oh, did I cut out? I was speaking too quietly in the microphone. Sorry, guys. So just to give the chat, sorry about that. Scathus, which part didn't you hear? All of it, or just Scathus's part? Just to give the chat a bit of context here.
The whispering part, I guess.
The whispering part for
Yeah.
Scathus is just essentially, do you wish to, basically, science is golden. Do you wish a voice to have power? And he will loosen your lips in due time. You accept or no? And Scathus, I believe, said no. Zadriel's was a little different. It was asking, her words give power and deny one's ability to enter in places with which they do not belong. And initially she thought about it, and then when pressed, also said no. And again, during the course of that, you sort of phase out for a split second and then come back to sort of, it's like you were staring off into space just for a moment. And during that time, you watch Addok backwards and forwards and eventually see his head tilt, dip, and you hear him in that deep, breathy sleep. Head in the book still, but definitely asleep. Nothing else comes to pass during your watch. Do you say anything to Scathus about your experience, and vice versa? Scathus, do you say anything to Zadriel about what you've just experienced?
Scathus, I heard voices.
I did too.
Someone talking to you, asking, accepting things.
Yeah, I think so. Mine
Yeah.
was about silence.
Do you have visions of kings and things like that?
I did, yes.
Addok, did you have it? Oh, Addok's sleeping. Oh, he looks so cute. When he farts and snores at the same time. Oh. Did you say? I said no.
I said no too. It just didn't feel right.
When we wake Carnos, perhaps we should warn him, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And you're free to do so.
And Carnos! Carnos! Wake up!
Yeah. Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Two things. Addok's fine. We untied him. He's reading a book. He fell asleep.
Oh, good. I felt quite bad about that.
Yeah. Second, we both heard voices asking us to have powers, and we both said no.
What now? Voices of who?
I don't know. I had these visions, and a voice told me I could have the power, and it sounded kind of good, but I don't know. That doesn't sound like it was enough.
Nothing is ever easy and free in this place.
Yeah. So I don't know if people did or not, but be careful.
Right. Well, Fibble didn't tell you on his watch if he had any issues?
No, he just woke me up by punching me in the arm, so.
Well, that's fair. That's just what he does, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I stand up and I start putting me armor and stuff back on.
Thank you. Addok looks asleep, is he?
Yeah, he's been out for a little bit with that book or something.
Right.
And Scathus kept me up all night with his chattering constantly, so.
Oh, I don't have a thing, but that's fine. You guys have a good sleep, and I will keep a watchful eye.
I will go to sleep.
Scathus follows suit.
Yep.
So Karnos, you're up by yourself.
Yes.
You are surrounded by your newest companions, friends, some would say. Spent a number of months with them here in Barovia now. You have discovered the presence of DM in your life and have learnt some new skills. Your watch, is there anything you wish to do during the course of your maybe 3 hours before, as you look at Zadriel's shield, before you think it'll be around sunrise, give or take?
I will wait till the very end of my watch to do anything.
Okay. During the course of the wee hours of the morning, you don't really hear or see anything. Just the sounds of the temple, the wind through the upper levels, coming through cracks and crevices through the upper levels of this snowy mountain. Get you to roll a wisdom save for me, please.
Wisdom save. 11.
11. Roll a d3, if you will.
3.
You also see the same images that Zadriel and Scathus both saw. Flashes of a crown. Instead of a nobleman standing posed to talk behind a lectern, you see a soldier in armor standing before a sewer opening, talking to several people and gesturing in grand fashion. You hear a voice. It comes to you. It's your own voice. Lost too. Can't lose any more. Need to hold them together. The power to do so. Gift of the gap. Accept or no.
Did you say gift of the gab?
Get no response.
Carlos paces back and forth. This place. He puts his hand on the sun sword's hilt. I have enough gift of gab, and I know that a hero would not be turned to these ways. I say no, foul being.
The moment you grip the hilt of the sun sword, you get the feeling of pride, almost, at your statement. The bolstering of your own resolve, if you will.
If I would know this, if I pull the sun sword out and ignite it, would I wake all my friends?
It doesn't make a sound. It just the
It's
light,
just a bright light.
the light may do, but I would say you're probably more than able to draw it and not have to worry about waking anyone. I mean, unless someone is specifically light sensitive, I don't think anyone in the group has any racial that gives them sunlight sensitivity. So I think you'd be safe enough to do so.
Sweet. And I reach, or after holding the sun sword's hilt, I walk towards the corner furthest away from Zadriel, Fibble, and Scathus. So where I've moved myself to on the map in front of Addok.
Yes.
Pull the sun sword out and I light it up, making no noise. And I say once again, holding the hilt, feeling that pride, I say,
That is a definite no, foul being.
And again, just the echo of that memory on the back of your mind as you, again, that sense of pride and just washes over you now that you're holding the sword aloft. And the remainder of your watch, you hear nothing more apart from the sounds of the temple.
After the conversation in my head with that creature, I would, once I feel less like it's there anymore, I stand in front of Addok with the sun sword out. I will raise the sun sword high above my shoulder on a side swipe, looking at his neck. Take a deep breath, and I'll kick his foot.
I would say that would be enough to rouse him, indeed. You're face down, head in your book, and you've just been kicked in the foot by something. Not entirely sure what.
Just a light kick, toe kick to sort of
Yeah,
poke him
it jerks you awake.
I don't want Emily. I don't touch me. I don't.
And you look up and see Karnos, sword raised.
I can explain why I was screaming Emilia's name.
It's okay. You were not. Close your eyes.
What?
Well, it was easier when you were asleep. No, I'm kidding.
I turn off the sun sword. I deactivate it. I flip it over so the hilt is facing Addok. And I kneel down on one knee in front of him and I hand him the sun sword in a gesture. Both hands sort of lean it forward. I say, "You need to take this."
All right. Gonna tentatively take it.
When you hold it, when you think or have feelings that are wrong, the sword gives you the idea of what it thinks. It thinks to you. When you make a decision, it thinks to you whether it agrees or not. It is I think it's a good omen. However, for me, it has brought me nothing but trouble. It might help you better.
DM, can I even lift this sword up?
I would say it's a long sword. I would say you'd probably struggle a little bit with a long sword because you're definitely not proficient.
No.
So yeah, I think it would be a struggle for Addok because you've got 0 strength as well.
So I believe, I could be wrong, when it's unactivated, just the handle, it's just like a broken end?
No, the blade's still there.
Is that not?
Yeah, the blade. The blade is always ever present. Technically it's lit all the time. For flavor, we've said that you've been able to reduce its light and everything as well. But so for all intents and purposes, it is a long sword that harnesses the power of the sun. So he would not be able to carry it.
Okay.
And I would also say as you turn it to give it to him, even holding the blade, you get a feeling of sadness and almost despair as you intend to give it to him.
Yeah, Addok's going to struggle to hold it, and he's going to almost drop the blade, but then grip onto it with both hands and struggle to hold it back up. Hearing what you've just said, he's going to say back to you, "Okay, all right, but I get what you mean. I think it's a good idea. How about you said if I touch the hilt, it helps, yeah?
Yeah.
How about you carry it? Because I can't. And if I'm struggling with something or I need some help, I'll touch it whilst you're carrying it. And that way it can help me, help you, help the team, help myself."
All right. That makes sense. And the sword is also giving me the feeling of like it doesn't want to go anyway, which is weird. I'm starting to wonder if it's cursed.
And for context, the blade is not steel, it's a crystal blade.
It's
thin crystal blade.
Yeah, I knew it was crystal. I just wasn't too sure if it was all the time crystal.
Yeah.
That's okay. Because all the
It's
pictures I ever
as
see
hard
of it, it always
as
shows
yeah.
broken.
It always shows the hilt, but essentially it's a platinum hilt and guard with a thin crystal blade that is as strong as steel.
Okay. So when Addok touches it, does he get a feeling from it as well?
I would say no. He's not
Sure.
spent enough time with it.
It is an attunable item too, so
Yes, it is attunable. So, I mean, he's not attuned to it, so he'd get no real feeling from it apart from its heft. It's lighter than most long blades, but it's still probably a little heavy for him.
okay. With that, I sheath it back at my side, give him a nod, and I take a coin out of my pack and say, Addok, would you do me one favor before we wake the crew?
Yeah.
You gave me this coin not too long back. It marks a specific time and moment for me. I don't want to confuse it with my others. Are you able to, with one of your abilities, quickly mark it for me so I can never lose which one it is?
Yeah. Yeah, actually I can. Is there anything you want me to do to it, or?
Just, I know, a signature, something that I can know that it's the one you gave me.
All right. Adam's gonna hold the coin, and then with like an arcane residual glow that's green and bright in color, it's gonna shift from green and go to grey and silver, and inscribing on the back of this coin, it's gonna be in cursive language, which just says A and then the grey. And then he's gonna put at the bottom of it in real tiny writing, in Goblin, P.S. Please don't fucking die. And then
it's only a coin, so it's gonna be really tiny writing.
yeah,
So.
it's magic thing. It's gonna be super fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be completely unintelligible, but it's there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you'd be able to see, yeah.
You'd be able to see a scratch, like you'd be able to see an imprint of something there, but you'll have no idea what it is. It'd be super small.
I don't think Karnas can speak or read Goblin either. Yeah. So.
Thank you, Addok. I appreciate that. And I pocket it away from my other coin, away from all the other coin I carry.
No.
And then I say the last thing. Before we wake the others up, do you want to see something hilarious?
Yeah.
I walk over and I open the door.
Oh, shit. I gotta... Give me a second.
I just want to see if Fibble's alarm off.
I know what you want to do. I gotta find something. I've got it here somewhere. Don't tell me I've lost it. No.
There's 26 zombies at the door.
What could be? You never know.
Knowing Fibble too, I've probably got my shield up behind my side.
Right. Block your ears. As Kanos, you walk and open the door.
Yep.
And everybody in the group is bolt upright with the sound of a screech as the door is opened and Fibble's alarm is set off.
I'm gonna grab my hammer and jump up, ready to smash the nearest thing.
I don't know if he can, but hearing the scream is automatically going to go, oh no, it's got me! It's got me! He's going to like, grab it. And then he's going to cast Minor Illusion to have like a bit of blood just spurting out like over from his neck.
Is Minor Illusion vocal and somatic?
Somatic and material.
So what was it? You got to focus. So and the hand motions you probably would use as the motion to your neck as well. So I'd say you get away with that. You definitely get away with that.
Everyone run! It's that guy you gave the staff to. He's killing me. He's invisible.
I'm gonna go over to Addok and I'm gonna raise my hammer up.
That Joe raises a hammer to strike at something.
Yeah.
Roll with disadvantage.
I
You
swing
have-
the sun sword under to block her as I see what's going on.
Dexterity, Carnos.
There it is.
Oh, hang on.
So
Oh, I have a luck I'm going to
11.
use.
11. So I'd say you got to beat the roll to hit. So she hit an 11. So you got to beat an 11 on a dexterity check to see
Yeah.
if you can stop this attack.
Oh, a check, not a save. Okay.
Just to check. Yep.
That's okay. I'm going to use a luck because I did not do so good on the first. Oh, jeez, I didn't do much better. 13.
13. Well, it beats the 11. So you're good. Only just. You managed to just get your sword up under Zadriel's hammer. She brings it down towards the wall next to where Addok is sitting and block her attack. Kang!
Something's attacking Addok.
At the sound of all that, I've jumped up as well and grabbed the spear and aimed near Addok's head.
Roll to hit with disadvantage because you have no idea what you're trying to throw a spear at.
As Zadriel sees something that's taken, I say, no, it's just a joke. It's just me. Early morning call as he's coming.
That's a 9, nat 1.
A natural 1. Oh no.
Good.
Roll a d3. 1 for Zadriel, 2 for Carnos, 3 for Addok.
Sorry, Zadriel.
A 1.
It's a 1.
Zadriel as Scathus fires his spear. Roll your damage, Scathus, on just a regular damage as your spear finds a target, not the target you're intending, but strikes
7.
Zadriel in the crease between your shoulder armor and your breastplate in the back, and lodges itself in the back of your shoulder. 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh, DM, can I? I'm going to spend a superiority die. I'm going to move 5 feet and bait and switch with her so I take that damage.
You were already reacting to
No, I was reacting,
Zadriel's
yeah. No,
hammer
you're
strike,
right.
so your sword's up. You're
No,
beside
you're
her. I'd say you wouldn't be able to do that.
No, true.
So unfortunately, you will take that damage. You now have a spear sticking out of your shoulder, your right shoulder. Fibblesib, how do you react to all this?
Okay, so anything that's in that line that I just drew needs to make a dex save.
Which line? I did not see a line. Sorry.
Basically from me
From you to Addok?
out through the door. It's a 30-foot long line.
Oh, out through the door? Okay.
Yeah, out through the door.
Well, where's Addok? Because I would have gotten up by him. So he's over there. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would have
You'd be over by
been
Addok.
over
so,
there.
So no one's in that line.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
might
that's okay.
catch Gaethus on the edge of it. What are you doing? Just let me know. what you're up to.
I would have cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Oh, at the doorway because you heard the. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
The alarm went off, so I would
yep.
have cast it at the door.
I would
I would have walked out
say
the door.
Skathis will probably catch the edge of this. So what's the save on that?
It's a dex save.
Dex save. So Skathis, you need to make a dex save. As you throw the spear, Fibble releases his spell towards the door, catching across your feet and shins.
Yeah, he saved.
He saved. So does he take
20.
half damage or no damage?
Dex save.
I think it's half damage.
No.
for-
He doesn't have to do anything.
Is
'cause
it
he
a
did get
cantrip?
covered. No, it's a. If the dex save is to get out of the
Oh,
way
right,
of
okay.
the stream.
So you managed to be quick enough, Skathis, to step back as you see the spell streak forward towards the door as the alarm sounds. Just as you throw the spear, and you manage to hop forward and over it, avoiding any damage. All this happens at once. Zadriel now has a spear sticking out of her shoulder. Kaunos, her hammer still raised. Kaunos has the sword up, blocking her from attacking nothing that's there. Kaunos has sort of said out loud, "It was just a joke." You all hear this as it's taken off. The caustic soda is squirted across the floor and out the door. And I'll turn it back over to you to play out this moment.
Hey, look, we're all friends again. Yay.
Sorry.
Ow!
Reaction. I'll go over and pull the spear out.
Oh, if there's any consolations, Edra, I'll know how that feels.
He,
He does, in fact.
you know, Addok, as I said, idiot.
Don't be so hard on Addok, Mr. Stibb. It was my idea.
Skathis punch, Carnos.
Yeah. I turn around, look at Skathis. Yeah, Skathis, punch me.
Does Skathis comply? He does. Roll to hit. And I'm struck.
Shield. It's all up in his face. Kang.
You're muted.
What's your roll to
Trashy.
hit, Trash? You're muted, dude.
So 16, but am I next to Zadriel?
You don't get extra for freaking
Okay.
roll to
I
hit.
was just saying something.
Nice try.
You don't get extra. You don't get anything extra for hitting. What's your AC, Karnos? I believe it's 18 with the shield.
19
with the shield. So yeah, you fist right into Karnos' shield, and it makes a hollow thunk sound, flesh on metal.
Ooh, how's your knuckles?
He doesn't seem overly phased by it, but yeah.
So, that was your early morning wake-up call. You'll see that today's balmy, warm in this room, and the corridor is empty and clear. Look out for the caustic pools of water in the walkway.
Addok's just going to dissipate his minor illusion. Then walk up to Zadriel and just cast Cure Wounds on a first level. As it goes, yeah, look, I'm sorry about that. Still smell
Addok.
good, though.
Addok, speaking of which, you have 1 level of exhaustion, as you have been unable to eat or drink anything in the course of your long rest. The rest of you will gain a long rest. As far as everything else is concerned, Addok, you will gain a long rest. You will gain the level of exhaustion.
Zadriel just got 11 points of healing.
11 points of healing damage.
Right, where are we off to then?
Well, there were other stairs up above. Looks like this is a dead end, so.
Well, you're right too. I had voices in the night.
Feeble is walking away to pee, so when he comes back, I will ask him if he had voices too.
Addok, you did? Did you?
I mean, yes. Which I was meant to ask you all individually, because I think I've got some times, a bit leeway before I can say. I didn't really say no. I wanted to say yes. Do you all think if I had 3 more lives, or if anyone had 3 more lives, that equates to having more power or less?
Then we could kill you, and then you would be free of the curse.
All right, done deal. I'll take that deal.
Oh, hang on a minute. You didn't even think that through. That was one answer. You said you'd ask all of us.
Did you say out loud that you'll take that deal?
I did.
You did? Addok, you hear inside your head.
We didn't get a chance.
Granted. So Addok,
As he's hearing that, after you've given that, I'm gonna say something I would have said anyway.
actually you will all probably notice this. The eastern tomb starts to glow as Addok speaks those words out loud. So that would be this tomb over here starts to glow almost like a heartbeat, slowly at first, and it does speed up slightly, and then the amber shatters audibly, spraying bits of amber across the room, and the body hits the floor that was in there and turns to dust. Addok, as the sarcophagus shatters, you hear the words Dalfirnar in your mind. You now have an ability which I will DM to you, but almost immediately you and everyone around you watch as one by one your teeth start to drop out into your mouth and onto the floor until eventually you have no teeth left. It's not painful, but you now, even if you wanted to, have the inability to bite anybody.
Well, I didn't really think it was food, did I?
What happened?
I mean, as I was going to say, 3 lives doesn't necessarily mean more power. 3 lives means more times to die. Do you love your life now? Not so much.
Yeah,
You know what? Pick up all of the teeth, because Addok's a tinkerer. He could maybe glue them into wood and make like a little jumper thing.
I've seen a doctor. Fibble, you might know him. He's a guy in back in Fandolin. He makes like bracer things. It's like a cage that goes around your mouth, holds your teeth in place.
I think people has some business.
Oh, was he
It's
doing
been
the crap?
I
He's doing the
think
crap
so.
behind that North Amber.
I think so.
He could have done it. Oh my goodness, he could have gone out in the corridor.
I mean, I hear him talking to himself out there. Something about bombs.
Well, has anyone got any glue?
Addok would definitely jump straight to the floor and start picking up his teeth.
So I've DM'd you in Discord.
Okay.
I guess now we don't have to worry about him biting us all the time.
You sound like my granddad.
Kind of sounds like me.
Evil, you have to be Addok from now on.
I'll have to speak like Addok from now on. So you can still speak Addok, but you will have a little bit of a lisp.
Gummy teeth, man.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it may be the lisp will be definitely more pronounced at first, but over the course of the next couple of days, it will get better, and you will retain the ability to speak, but S's and F's will be a little difficult, if especially if there's a lot of them in a sentence.
Oh, Addok, say, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Poor Addok.
Oh, Fibble, this is gonna be the best. You come up with one.
People,
What
are you done?
What did you do to Addok?
Oh, he said yes to some.
So Fibble, you return
Tinky
after
voice.
going outside for a tinkle. And you return when you audibly hear one of the amber sarcophagus exploding. As you walk back into the room, you see the eastern tomb in pieces and a pile of ash in its place. And as you turn around and look at the rest of the group, and with what Zadriel said, Addok is picking up his teeth off the floor. He has no teeth. All his teeth have literally just fallen out of his head.
Who punched Addok in the mouth? Zadriel, did you punch Addok in the mouth?
No, he said
was it me?
something about. Well, I mean, he could tell you, but he said something about wanting 3 lives or some deal.
Oh, Addok, you numbskull. You didn't read the fine print, did you?
Man, you said I wasn't very intelligent, Mr. Stibb.
There was no time for the fine print.
It's bleeding. It's probably swollen or something.
No, there's no blood, no swelling.
Ugh.
They just literally fell out as if they were no longer needed.
Fish. Oh, five. Oh, five. Good fish.
Wait a minute.
Maybe they'll grow
that-
back.
Wait a minute. That means that we can kill him 3 times now.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I said we could kill him and then he won't be hungry for people.
But same thing, as his teeth falling out, we don't actually know how this works, right? If we
Well,
kill
may-
him, he might not come back. He might. He's got 3 lives, but it didn't say he got 3 lives as a goblin here, Barovia, does it?
But we would be saving him then, wouldn't we?
He
We
might
could
come
go.
back as a deer in, I don't know, somewhere where they hunt deer.
Well, then we could mount him and ride him around.
We
Win-win.
wouldn't be there, we'd be here.
So we're going to kill him? Awesome. Already my spear. Okay.
Addok, give me 3 of your biggest teeth.
Addok shakes his head no very vigorously.
Why?
I just had a quick idea.
Maybe I was saying maybe people could make like a set of teeth or something with his teeth and some clay or.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. At least you won't get your teeth knocked out in our next battle, right?
You know what? For a goblin, you've kept those teeth way too long. I've seen so many goblins with less teeth than you. You are very lucky to,
Hey, wait a minute. Addok. Cast Firebolt.
All I want Christmas is to front teeth door.
I don't know if I can cast Fireball right now.
That's why I'm saying cast it, because it takes very specific words to cast the spell.
Yeah, it's like
What are the
ick
words?
something.
Yeah,
Ick,
what are
yes,
the what
ick.
are the words for firebolt, Addok? What are your vocal components?
It's verbal and somatic. It says Ickney.
No,
Yeah,
this is-
you'd be okay with that. Initially it might be a little weird, but
Okay, yeah, either Icarus, you know.
Oh,
No.
don't say Icarus, that brings back bad memories for me.
You know what I'd like is I'd really like if we could make a pair of set of teeth.
I
Pebbles?
can make you some teeth, but I need your original teeth, and I didn't really pay any attention to which way they were inserted into your mouth. So there may be some juggling to do.
People, it's like a puzzle. You're supposed to be a genius. Come on.
they're
Alex-
goblin teeth. You'd be able to figure it out.
I was just going to hand Fibble his teeth.
Oh what, so I asked for 3, I get none. He asked for all of them, you give him them all.
He's going to make a set of teeth. What were you going to do?
Oh, I was going to stick them between my knuckles here and make some funny claws.
And that is why Fable has the teeth.
Fibble, and I'll give him a wink. There's more than enough teeth there to make me some...
As you see that, as you do that, you see Fibble going through the teeth trying to find 3 big ones.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, they're all roughly the same size. I mean, they're not big. I mean, they're all roughly the same size, and they're not huge. He is only a goblin after all. It's not like he's a lion or a minotaur or something like that has giant teeth.
But this one's still got the root attached.
Well, they all do.
Correct. Do you feel that at all?
Fable.
Just lucky it wasn't like he's dingling. Because, looking
I
like
ain't
it.
touching that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could put 3 teeth there, Ganos, and use it as a claw.
No, I was meaning because you wouldn't want to glue that back in your mouth, would you?
Oh, I thought we were talking about you. All right,
No.
let's go.
And that's what we're going to pick up next week, guys.
Look how far
as
we
you
got.
as you have not left this room for the entire session. It's great. We'll pick up next week as you guys will leave this room and continue your search of the Amber Temple Well done,
Maybe
team.
this room.
Well, maybe, yeah. I mean, we might get another. Hey, I don't mind the talking. Honestly, the RP's great. I love it. Again, well done, team, on a great RP session. I really didn't expect that to happen at the end, though. I must say, I didn't really expect Addok to say that out loud in this room and get himself in the shit. So, well done, Cameron. Thank you for that. It has made my week. Because I've been waiting for someone to accept something.
I just don't know how to speak now with no teeth.
It'll take a little while, a couple of days, and you'll get used to it. Believe me, I speak without teeth often. So, we'll, speaking of that, we'll start with Addok tonight with our moments from the show. Again, doesn't have to be specifically about your character. It could be about another character, about the story in general, combat, etc., etc., etc. Chat, same thing, at Evldoa in the chat for a moment that stands out for you. We'll read them out. Addok the Grey.
I think I will leave someone to say that they enjoyed Fibble's rant about just nonsense. If you just protect the circumference, that is great.
That was pretty good.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed Karnos still trying to help out Addok and being Karnos, but then also shit stirring the entire group by opening the door and just everyone reacting just straight away. I thoroughly liked that. We burnt through a spell slot. Zadriel got stabbed by a spear.
That's all the start of the day. All in the first 10 minutes.
All at the start, where we could die at any moment.
Pretty much.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Nice. Fibblestab, we'll go to you next.
Yeah, it would have been the RP that I had with Cam. I enjoyed seeing his mind tick over and trying to counteract my insanity or go with it.
Everyone's insane in this group, I swear. Anything else?
No, that was probably my favourite part.
That's it. Skathis, Mr. Trash Man.
I enjoyed the entire session. It was fun.
Chat seems to agree with you.
Yeah, the last bit where the practical joke turned not so practical.
No problem. Zadriel.
I liked all the players improving on the fly there. Cam having to talk about Moriel when I knew he didn't have a story planned and could see his mind turning. And yeah, and us trying not to laugh. We tried very hard, but
so I was struggling through the entire session not to laugh.
So yes.
Drax, the same thing. He said, "I have no one moment from tonight. I laughed the whole fucking session," which is great. Love that. We gotta have these comedic sessions every now and again, almost every single one. Karnos, the hero of Phandalin.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a ton written down, but I'm just going to go with two that stand out for me. Zadriel, a couple of things she said to Addok. Addok's cute when he farts and snores at the same time after the motorbike went past the microphone or something. And then when he said something about Zadriel's father, Moriel, having hot stuff rising off, and she said, "Do you have the hots for my father?"
I've missed that. Oh,
and
shit.
Addok and Fibble were talking about how everyone smells, and Addok says, I'd lost it. I muted myself hardcore. Addok says, "Carl smells like burnt whiskey and bacon for sure."
Yeah, that was my
burnt
moment
whiskey
too.
and bacon. Oh, it was so good.
The-
And then Fibble still went one more. I can't remember what he said though. I didn't write it down quick enough. I think it was like Jack Daniels. I don't know.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what Addok said about everyone, but that one stood out for me as well. It's like burnt whiskey and bacon. Like he said, someone smelled like chicken. Another one, I can't remember. Fibble smells like a newborn baby, which was kind of concerning. But
I was roast turkey.
that's right.
Yeah, and
roasted turkey.
Zadriel's popcorn.
Popcorn, that's the one. That was the moment for me, 100%. We've got some things in chat here. Mina, the hormone/chemical replacement and chicken comment from Mina. Fibble trying to ascertain what part of Scathus would have been the cleanest to eat from Mr. Roasted Chicken up there as well. But yeah, the whole session was funny. Just little moments throughout the entire session. It was probably the funniest one so far out of the 60 episodes. So I think we've done pretty well. Obviously, we'll be back here on Sunday with Orbasm the Storyteller for Vampire the Masquerade. Season 2, Episode 3. The continuation of Echo's Masquerade Party. A Masquerade Ball aboard the yacht. Where Peggy's been causing a little bit of, not really a problem, but she's been turning heads a little bit. Slapping many butts, shall we say. But we'll definitely, same place, same time, guys. 8 o'clock New Zealand Standard Time, 6 o'clock Australian on Sunday, back here on this channel. Make sure you also come stop by Yanti One's channel on Friday, about the same time, 5:30, I believe, Australian is roughly our start time. And for Stormlord's Wrath, where someone in our party just blew us the fuck up. Well, some of us, not all of us. But definitely come check it out Friday, guys. You'll enjoy that as well. Yanti is our DM. I play Vilfin, the grumpy monk dwarf. And come and hang out with us. So, we're going to raid. Who are we going to raid? Anyone who's on tonight? Do a few. Hopefully got a few on.
The piano music reminds me of Plants vs. Zombies.
It kind of... whenever I hear it, it reminds me of a horror film. Candyman.
Music reminds me of Plants vs. Zombies.
It kind of... Movie Candyman is just a certain part of the score is that first part. Just it reminds me of the Candyman theme song. Oh, Era's playing. He's playing some Forza. We'll go raid Era. How long has he been on for? 20 minutes. We're gonna go harass Era. He's not playing D&D. He's playing Forza Horizon 5. But he is a friend to the community and is a really cool dude. So go check him out. We're gonna raid him. We will see you again on Sunday with Vampire Masquerade. Catch you later, guys. Bye bye.